Welcome back. This is going to be the top 6 NFL games going into 2023. So at number 6, the Patriots at the Raiders. Why I picked this, it was a really exciting game last year. And some roster changes have been made. The Raiders have a new quarterback. They also signed one of the former Patriots, Jacoby Myers, and they also lost their tight end, Darren Waller. But they got Jimmy Garoppolo, who in my opinion is probably better than Derek Carr. So we'll see how that goes. I think it's going to be a really exciting game. The Patriots also, to replace Jacoby Myers, signed Juju Smith-Schuster, which in my opinion, and I think everybody's opinion, Schuster is probably better. They also signed Mike Gesicki and James Robinson. Number 5, Cowboys at San Francisco 49ers. This is a matchup and a repeat of last year's NFC divisional round where the 49ers came out victorious. It was a really exciting game. It came down to the wire in the last seconds for the Cowboys to make a comeback. They weren't able to do it. It's going to be interesting to see what goes on. Elliott and his contract and all that stuff, if he's going to come back, is up in the air at this moment. And the 49ers, they haven't made too many changes. They got Sam Darnold, which there's no way he's going to start. And if he starts, I'm going to scream because Brock Purdy and Trey Lance are both better than him. And they should hopefully be ready for next season. And also, Jimmy Garoppolo will not be playing, even though he didn't play in the last game against the Cowboys, but just to point out something. Number 4, Miami Dolphins at Kansas City Chiefs. This game is going to be really exciting. This game is actually going to be played in Germany. It's the first game in Germany that the Dolphins and Chiefs have played, I believe. And obviously the biggest thing is Tyreek Hill going up against his former team, the Chiefs, and a return against Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Chris Jones, all those guys. It's going to be a really exciting game to watch, and that's why it's going to be top 4. And there's just so many other things besides Tyreek going to play them. It's going to be a good game either way. 2 great offenses and 2 good defenses. It's going to be really good. Kansas City Chiefs. This game is a matchup of the AFC Conference Championship 2 years ago, where the Chiefs came out victorious. They played last year too, with the Bills winning 20-10, 24-20. It was an interesting game, and there's a lot of. It's just been the 2 of the best quarterbacks, if not the 2 best quarterbacks in the whole league, going up against each other, 3rd year in a row. It's going to be a good game either way. And there's been some changes with different signings and stuff like that. The Chiefs lost Juju Smith-Schuster. They also lost McCole Hardman Jr., which those were probably their 2 best receivers, and it's going to be a lot trickier for Mahomes to get the ball down the field. He does still have Travis Kelce, which is his biggest target, but it's going to be interesting. Also, another thing to look at will be the running situation with Isaiah Pacheco for the Chiefs, and Damian Harris will probably start for the Bills after the Bills did not re-sign Devin Singletary. So we'll see how this goes. Number 2, Buffalo Bills at Cincinnati Bengals. This is another exciting game where last year in the divisional round, the Bengals came out victorious against the Bills. It was cold and wet and snowing, and the conditions weren't very good. The Bengals were dominant the entire game, and it was just a very exciting game. There were a lot of passes considering the weather, and some changes to the lineups. Obviously, like I mentioned before, the Bills don't have their running back Singletary anymore. They have Damian Harris. I think it's going to be an exciting game, though. Like, every time the Bengals or the Chiefs or the Bills play each other, it's always going to be a good game. Or, like, the Bills and the Dolphins is also a pretty good game. But the Chiefs and the Bengals was a really exciting game. And it's also to what happened last year with Damar Hamlin. It's another rerun of that in Cincinnati where it happened. And luckily, Damar Hamlin should be able to play next year. And that is very good news. And it could have been really bad for him. But thankfully, he's okay. And the number one game for next year is Chiefs at Bengals. It's going to be really exciting to see what happens in this rematch of the AFC Conference Championship. It's just going to be an exciting game. Pacheco and Mixon and Higgins and Jamar and Mahomes and Burrow and all these guys. Something, to keep an eye on is the receiving, how Patrick Mahomes can handle that after losing McCole Hardman and Juju Smith-Schuster, who are not on the team anymore. We'll see. It's going to be an interesting game, though. He still does have Travis Kelce, which is his number one target, has been his number one target for a very long time. Even when he had Tyreek Hill, his man was still Kelce, even though he did target Tyreek a lot. And the funny thing is, mentioning throwing it to Tyreek, Tyreek had more receptions than playing last year on the Dolphins than he did when Mahomes was his quarterback. And Tua is obviously not as good as Mahomes. So we're going to see how this year differs from last year with the changes between Mahomes and Tyreek. But Mahomes is probably going to struggle a little bit this year trying to look for some receivers to get it to. He does have some other ones. There's not many, though. That's the thing. He still has MVS, which was one of his targets, which MVS is good. He still has Sky Moore, so Sky Moore was okay, but I think the Bengals are going to have the upper hand in this game, and they're going to win. It's going to be cold. It's going to be on New Year's Eve, which is really exciting because I don't think there was a New Year's Eve game last year. And I just can't wait for this game. Guys, that is it. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe, share, like, click the bell, everything.